Terrell Starr. How's it going, my friend? Thanks for calling in. I already have your name. What's on your mind?
I'm well. Thank you so much. I've always wanted to call your show. And first of all, I respect you very much. I'm happy to hear you talk about the subject. So my first question to you is, legally, what do you think has to take place in order for police officers to be held accountable for their actions? One of the aspects of the law that I'm very passionate about is a doctrine called the doctrine of qualified immunity, which pretty much protects officers civilly from being sued, right? And so my question, but the thing is, you don't see a lot of aggressive pursuit of punishing police officers, even from the Democratic side.
Right.
There's so many Democrats who are very much in line and step with police officers who do not indict the racists that they face. So my question to you is, what do you really feel it will take just from the community side to put pressure on elected officials in order to take top path and beyond that?
Yeah. Hey, man. Thanks so much for the call. And we got a lot to catch up on. We need to talk. But let me answer your question off air, if you don't mind. So what I feel that has to happen, that's actually a tough question, Terrell. Here's why it's a tough question. Because the reality of it is that it had to be felt. It has to be felt in the white community. But I can't say that without saying that some white people are going to suffer. Like this tragedy in Minneapolis. You know, the only way we're going to see a collective body politic press back against policing agencies is if this is not only being decried from the black community. It absolutely has to be decried from all over the country. And the reason I say that is because here's a disappointing thing. Here's the problem. If white America cannot identify with the pain of black America, then they will always either directly deny our pain or they will always excuse it away. And if they don't identify with it, then they cannot be in solidarity with us around it. And when we talk about Democrats, when we talk about political leaders who do nothing about these things, we talk about it in context of not only the fact that they're Democrats, but also because they're the majority, they're white America. And as I say this, I'm being very delicate with it because I never want to say that for people to understand our pain, people have to die. That's the last thing that I want to say as a person who has empathy. But the reality of it is if they do not see how utterly and effing ridiculous our police agencies are, if they don't ever see it themselves with their own eyes, then they will never identify with the fact that this shit has been happening in the black community as long as there has been a black community. And now with the murder of Justine Damon, it's quite possible that they can see how utterly ridiculous it is for a police officer to be a police officer if you are so chicken shit coward that you are going to shoot a woman in her pajamas, a white woman in her pajamas. I mean, I swear to God, if a white woman in her pajamas doesn't stand a chance, then what the hell do you think is going to happen to a black man in a hoodie? So unless they can see this, then there is no solidarity. Unless they can feel it and empathize with the black and brown communities, there is no solidarity. And there's no change in the Democratic Party. There's no change in the Republican Party. There's no change, period, because they will always allow that insidious narrative that has been pervasive in American history that black people are inherently criminal. Therefore, if a police officer had to kill them, then the police officer must have been feared for their life. And now we have an example of a chicken shit cop who shot through a window to kill a white woman in pajamas. Now ask yourself the question, white America, what the entire hell do you think is going to happen to a black man? Philando Castile, Tamir Rice, John Crawford, Eric Gardner. I believe today is the anniversary of them killing Eric Gardner. What are they going to do when they see a big black man? Or what are they going to do when they see a black woman?